In this presentation, we're going to go through the BAR-OIS registration process, explain what you need to begin, and how the procedure works. It doesn't matter what vendor you decided to use, since all certified data acquisition devices are compatible with the OIS software. You may have A+, Worldwide, Drew Technologies, Bosch, or any of the other vendors participating in the new program. Or you may be assembling your own platform, as shown here. Regardless of the vendor or system you've chosen, you need some documentation available before you attempt to register your station. This documentation includes the following: the station's wall license, the technician or inspector's wall license, the technician or inspector's password, and keep in mind that the inspector or technician must be present if you're using their password, since this password should not be given to anyone. A valid email address. Keep in mind that each user needs an email address. And finally, a new password. The password should be created before beginning the registration process, since it has to meet certain criteria, which are as follows. It must be at least 8 characters in length, but no longer than 30 characters. It must contain at least 1 alphabetic character and at least 2 numeric characters. Lastly, it must contain at least 1 punctuation character, such as a period, colon, comma, etc. Now that you've collected the required documents, created an email account and a new password, and the DAD manufacturers notified you that your data is being turned on, you're ready to begin the OIS registration and software download procedure. Start by entering the web address that was provided by the DAD manufacturer into your web browser. When the web page opens, you will have 4 options, which are as follows. 1. Non-technician station owner. This is for the station owner that is neither an inspector or a technician. In addition, if you select this option, then you need to create a username and password that will be requested by the software early on in the registration process. Second one is a technician station owner, for the station owner that is also an inspector or a technician, and note that you will be using your BAR-97 access code to log in for the first time if you select this option. 3 is register an additional station for those owners that will be registering multiple stations. We should mention that this provision allows a station owner to register multiple stations from a single location. And finally, download the BAR-OIS software once the station has been registered. In this demonstration, we're going to select option 2, Technician Station Owner. The next prompt instructs you to scan your inspector or technician badge and then enter your password. Keep in mind that this is your BAR-97 access code. When you receive the email screen prompt, enter your email address. Confirm your email address by entering it a second time and then select Continue. Now you need to access your email account to retrieve the activation key provided by BAR. You cannot proceed without this key. For security purposes, the activation key is only valid for 15 minutes, after which you will need to request another activation key if you have not used it within the 15-minute time frame. Highlight the activation key and then right-click your mouse and select Copy. Go back to the previous OIS registration page and paste the activation key in the required box and then select Continue. After submitting the activation key, you should receive the prompt as shown here that states your account has been successfully activated. The next message indicates that this will be your first login to the new system, and you need to create a new password different from your BAR-97 access code, after which a new screen appears that requests your username, current password, which again is your BAR-97 access code, and then a double entry for your new password. If you enter either the wrong username or password, or the new password does not meet the requirements, you'll receive an error message. No problem. simply re-enter the correct information and then select Save. As previously mentioned, your new password must meet the new requirements as highlighted in yellow. If all the information was entered correctly, the program returns the message that your password has been changed. Now you need to scan your station wall license and then your technician's wall license. Notice that if you mistakenly scan your technician badge instead of your wall license, you will receive the message as shown here. Again, not a problem. Just scan your technician's wall license and then your license number will be displayed. When prompted, enter your BAR-97 access code and select Continue. Confirm your entries and then select Confirm. This completes the station registration process and you are now ready to download the OIS software and initialize the data acquisition device. When you select OK, the program returns to the main menu with the 4 options. To download OIS software, you want to select the Download BAR-OIS software button at the bottom of the screen. Once again, scan your inspector or technician badge and then enter your new password and then select Submit. If you are the owner or manager that is not a licensed technician or inspector, once again, you will need to use the username and password that you previously created. Next, the Download Client window opens and displays your station number. If you have multiple stations, then you need to select the station number for which you will be downloading the software. Select Download and a dialog window opens at the bottom of the screen. Select Open. Windows Explorer opens and displays an executable file. If you're running a Windows 7 operating system, double-click the file to continue the download process. The end-user agreement will open and you should read the agreement before you check the box at the bottom of the screen where you agree to abide by the license terms and conditions, and then select Install. If you're running a Windows 8 operating system, then the procedure is slightly different to open the file. Instead of double-clicking on the executable file, right-click on the file name and select Copy from the dialog box. Now paste the file to the desktop of your computer. Next, right-click on the new file on the desktop and select Run as Administrator from the dialog box. If you do not have administrator rights, then contact the station owner. Regardless of the operating system you're running, when you launch the program for the first time, the program will request a confirmation from the station owner or manager. This requires that the manager or owner scan their technician or inspector badge and then enter their password. If the station owner or manager does not have either an inspector license or a technician license, then they may enter the username and password they previously created at the beginning of the registration process. The next window that opens will be titled Unrecognized OBD Inspection System. Select New OIS. Next, select the station number and then Continue. The software then confirms the station information, and if the information is correct, select Continue and the next screen should show that your OIS was created successfully. If you have any problems with the data acquisition device, then you should consult the owner's manual for your DAD manufacturer or contact the manufacturer's help desk. If you have problems with the OIS software, then consult the OIS manual on BAR's website, located at the address listed below, or contact BAR's Industry Help Desk at 866-860-8509.